Hi mates, teacher and friends, cordial greetings for you. My name is Nartilcia Castro Monsalve. I am a student of the University, Corporación Universitaria del Caribe SECAR, and today I'm telling about the events that happened over my direct professional practice. Well, my practice process started on November 27 of the year 221 in the rural school Cedellillo Fria. My advisor practice teacher assigned me the grades first and second, and the class were assigned for Tuesday and Wednesday between 8 and 10 in the morning. One important aspect is that my modality practice was remote. Well, I remember the first day with the most important because I had an idea, really, I had an idea, which will be the reception of my students. And also, I feel very nervous because I had a lot of responsibility to teach in my English class. Something very funny is that before starting my practice, I spent a lot of time looking carefully hundreds of tutorials in YouTube allowing me to acquire user skills and consolidate my process as a teacher guide. Other important aspect was that during my practice I had to design printed guides with the class topics to work on. I did this work weekly. Other important aspect is that WhatsApp has always been my best ally, since by this means I was able to guide and provide direct feedback to my students. To lack of connectivity, the class become very complex. My first class was with the second grade. Previously, I shared a brief information about what the theme of the class will be and through what times we will work. I must admit that my nerves disappeared when the children began to participate in the class. This experience was very positive and the results of the class were amazing. Despite the poor language skill that my students have, they managed to grasp the ideas and take control of the information in an incredible way. On the other hand, the class with the first grade were a challenge because the children weren't familiar with the language and had never been immersed in a real class since their teacher doesn't have the appropriate skills and abilities to teach the course. In addition, the children show writing and reading comprehension failures too, for the reason was complex. Julie, what is your hand?
Mano,
Hand, mano.
mano,
Santi, what is your nose?
nariz,
Nose, nariz.
nose,
Julie, what is your eye? Eye,
ojo,
ojos, perfect. Santi, what is your ear? Your ear.
oreja,
Oreja. Julie, what is your arm?
brazo,
Brazo is so good. My classroom project began on October 12th. From here, I began the study of my target population, second grade students, and managed to detect the main needs around learning a second language. Following, I will provide you a detailed description of the stage during my project. Well, my project is called Strengthening Listening Skills in the Second Grade. This project aims to solve limitation when attending a class in a foreign language, and I focus on designing didactic materials to strengthen listening skills. Some children have made difficult when it comes to understanding explanation in English and attending commands. In this sense, I consider it essential to rethink my class activities and organize them through 100% audiovisual study materials. In this way, a process of study and consolidation of the knowledge imparted in the class will begin, also allowing the children to become more familiar with the language and participation was encouraged. Below, I provide the timeline of my classroom project, which functioned as a timer to organize the schedules and dates established for the implementation of the classroom plan. My classroom project started on October 12th, and fifth was the situation study. During this stage, a detailed study of the environment and its population is carried out in order to establish a direct coexistence with the object of the study. The second was the identification of the problem. Here, the identification of the study problem is carried out. In this way, the search of and the approach of alternative solution begins. On October 25th, I did the goal definition. During this stage, it is intended to establish which will be the objective for the execution in the project. On October 27th, I selected the didactic resources. During this time, it was important to design and plan pedagogical activities. Between November 2nd to 24th, I did the execution of my project. Here, the management plan will be carried out. During this time, all the resources, methodologies, approach, and tool design during the study phase will be applied. And finally, on November 26th to December 2nd, I did my evaluation project. During this stage, the degree of viability of the project was assessed and determined through its execution. It also allowed calculating the success and failure of the plan. In conclusion, the project-based learning method, PBL, is defined as one of the most efficient strategies to implement within the class, since it focuses especially on the student and focus on cooperation and the development of motivation. This learning strategy allows the teacher to focus on solving a specific problem, always seeking to strengthen language skills, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Well, this was it for today. Thank you very much for your attention and talk you soon. Bye bye.